Hello, and welcome to another episode of Imperial Galactic Survival Addled building. Now, today we're going to be making a CV from scratch, but before we do that, I want to show you something that a lot of people are having trouble with, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up here. So, a lot of people have been telling me that they've been having trouble, or I've seen a lot of comments in the Discords where people are having trouble with the replace blocks command. So I'm just going to do a quick little tutorial about this. I have a dedicated tutorial, I think, coming up. There's either one coming up or there's one already out. I lose track. But first off, you want to type in help replace blocks and then hit enter. Next, you want to type in DI while looking at what you're going to be doing. Okay? Two simple steps. Now, there are two functions of the replace blocks command. There is the obvious aforementioned replace blocks function where you replace one block with another. I'm not going to be using that here. I'm going to be showing you how to remove blocks with the replace blocks function. Okay? So I've already done these commands, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So the ship ID is up here at the top, third line down on the left side of that little menu, that little black box there. ID equals 1099. Wow, I've used this save a lot. So we are going to type in 1099 here. Source block name is going to be at the very bottom, again on the left side, and ignore the number in the /. Go to turret ms cannon in this case. So we're going to type that in. MS cannon. Now we're just going to type in 0. Replaced 400. Wait, how many did that say it replaced? 540 blocks. That seems, that doesn't seem right. Wedgetail IIX. Okay, so let's take a look at it before I use the replace blocks. Huh, maybe it is right. I don't know. Anything look different? It doesn't look like it. Okay, I didn't realize I had that many turrets on there. Oh, I think I know what's going on here. Okay, it's multiplying that number by 9. Okay. Okay. Well, anyways, that's how you do replace blocks. I'm going to go ahead and do it with these 3. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to have a version of this without these blocks. So we're going to type in turret ms flak for the flak cannons. Let me make sure I spell it correctly. There we go. Very, very simple. Very, very easy way to get rid of blocks this way. And I'm going to do it another 2 times because I've got some other... And then I have a feeling this is just plasma. Yeah, it's just plasma. Okay, very, very simple naming convention. Very uniform. Thank you. That changes... It just simplifies my life. Thank you. So I'm just going to replace that version of it. Okay, so that is the tutorial for you. Again, I just occasionally I'll do these tutorials for you, or I just do a mechanic early in the game. But we are going to go ahead and start a new CV from scratch. So I'm just going to hit destroy, set the time of day because I completely forgot to do that with recording, and we're back to the CV starter. So I had an idea in my head, and it was a very, very simple one. But before we do that, I want to spawn in the kit because I want to get... Now, I haven't published this yet because I still have more to do to it. And like this is the kit of just CV parts that I use and I've saved, and I'm not going to publish this yet because, well, I want to add some things to it. So first off, I want to grab, how do I want to do this today? I'm going to go ahead and grab this piece. Control Shift A. Did I actually do it that way? Hold on. Yep, Control Shift A. Control Shift X. Oh, those commands do work. Okay. So keyboard commands with the selection menu do work, apparently. I didn't know that. Now, I have completely stopped trying to add music to the videos because YouTube has it just has a knack of completely stripping it out, and I'm tired of messing with it. I've tried everything, and it's been months, and YouTube is still completely stripping the music out of my videos. And even though they do this, if the music has copyright, and yes, I tested this, if the music is copyrighted, they still hit me with a copyright strike even if they cut out the music, so nobody can hear it in the videos. Yeah, that's YouTube for you. So I'm not gonna put music in the videos because there's just no benefit for me. There's just no benefit whatsoever. It's more of a headache than it's worth. If you want to put on some music while you listen to my stream, please do. But I will not be adding music to them in the future because it just doesn't work. So anyways, that is that announcement. And as you can see, I'm just using the copy and paste tools here to put a CV shape together very, very quickly. And I want to try something. I am going to go ahead and use this piece as well. We're going to go ahead and use this because I like this piece. Control Shift A. We're just going to do this. Make sure that it's what I want it to be. There we go. Going to copy that, turn off selection, and I'm going to go ahead and turn off DI because I don't need it and it's just extra clutter on the screen. My goal here is to create a very small ship. A very small ship, and we are going to be using this for just a quick little project. I say quick and then it never ends up being quick, so we'll see. So what I'm doing here is I'm just moving it someplace where I can move the other two pieces around it and give myself a little bit of room to work, so I'm going to place it up a bit. And I need to replace a color here. Before I do that, let's so for those of you who don't know, this is a ship that's made for vanilla. This is the Miso Rai, or the Miso Rai, and I am spawning it here just to get the color palette and update something. So I created, I'll come back to that. I created this new what do I call it? The new starter block here. And I created this for, I'm going to replace that. Are you going to replace? Do I have to pound you into submission to make you replace the block? Do I have to use percussive maintenance texture tool? Oh no, I just have to use a prop check block. Anyways, back to this. This is the miso rye. It is made for vanilla, and this is something that I have submitted to Elion to be a core ship BP. Now, I have gone in here and made this into a starter combat CV, something that is both easy on the eyes, well, easy on the eyes if you don't mind glowies, and something that has a whole bunch of custom LCDs, and made some of these from scratch. Some of these I just modified. So, yeah. New user's guide, went through and made that LCD. You can pause the video if you want to read that. Tips for new players, along with another custom LCD. And just from the creator section, just to make sure. So this is meant to be a starter combat CV for vanilla players. It's meant to be a core prefab, and I have submitted it as such. I'm just waiting for it to be accepted. I also have the Shadow Viper, which I have made as a core prefab as well, but I have not submitted it yet because I want to make a custom thumbnail to it for it, and I've been procrastinating, and I want to do something completely different with the custom thumbnail than what I've done before, so I've been procrastinating that. Yes, I procrastinate too. And it's just, yeah, I wanted to do that for new players to make sure that when you spawn into the game and you go over here to the core prefab section, you have some things that you want to, that are not years and years old, and that are in line with the new game mechanics. Now, I have one core prefab already. Hummel, please fix that. I've sent you the updated. I don't know why that file is missing there. I created that from scratch. I created it from scratch, and there's supposed to be a thumbnail there. Hummel, I don't fix that, please. He's probably not watching this. It's fine. And so I created this and I submitted this about a year and a half ago. And this is just a little prefab, and I'm going into showcase mode instead of building mode. I apologize. It is what it is. And it's made out of container extensions. You've got your basic T2 extender. You've got a small generator, you got a solar capacitor, you've got a constructor there. To be honest, I should probably update this with the generator somewhere else. And it's just designed to be very, very simple. It's mainly made out of container extensions. You've got this area here that's for your crops. You've already got a grow light there and a switch for it. I think that switch is for the constructors. Or does that switch even work? Hold on. Do I need to update this anyways? Signal logic. Oh, I need to update this. Okay. It's not set to anything. Well, that's my bad, and I wish somebody had told me. Yeah, anyways. I need to move that generator to some place where it's not going to get attacked. So I will, yeah, I've got a lot to update on this, and I'll update that later. The point being is that I've committed, I prefer submitting some quality prefabs. I like making sure that players have new and not improved, but just new prefabs that they can work with, and I like doing this because, well, I like improving the game, and having things in the game got sidetracked there. Having things in this game that I just realized I deleted that. Anyways, I can't keep my mind. I can't keep a straight thought today. It is exactly what it is. What it is. I want to give new players the best experience when they first join the game with the custom prefabs, and instead of touching other people's stuff and updating it, I've decided to go in and make some stuff that gets submitted as a custom prefab that is just the highest quality that I can make it. And you know, it goes back to that thing of don't complain about a problem, do something to fix it. That yeah, it's one of my core tenets is to don't bitch about a problem, fix it, or do something to fix it. Just trying to line this up at the moment. Now, did that replace anything on that group? No, it did not. Okay, so I can just delete that. Perfect. So I am using the custom, not the custom, but the symmetry plane and the selection tools just to save time and get a heads up on a project. This is something that I do quite regularly, and to be honest, I like doing it. You may have your own thoughts about it, about taking shortcuts like that, but it saves me time. Now, as with all of my BPs, with all of my updated BPs, you can simply change the color here very, very quickly. Alright, there we go. Now, we are not going to be using this XL thruster here, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I'm going to be using a different thruster layout for this than what was already on this. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this because I don't see anything on here I want to use at the moment. But before I do that, yeah, I don't see anything on here I want to use. But before I do that, I want to, and this is one of the other reasons that I have this out, and yeah, I'm just going to configure this just so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see here, selection, Control Shift A. Let's try that again. My mouse just, I accidentally clicked the mouse when I wasn't supposed to. So let's go ahead and move this back over. I want to add this to the BP. So we're going to copy it. Okay. I had to step away to answer a work text there for a minute, and I was using talk to text. So I went ahead and muted myself. So we're going to copy it, and then we're going to paste it and just move it back a little bit. This is going to be more of a roundabout build video today, so yeah, it happens. And then I'm just going to get rid of any of the fluff blocks in here. And copy these blocks, and just to save myself a little bit of time, there we go. That's all done. Okay, that's good. I have not had my tea this morning, so I'm yawning. Okay, that piece is ready to be moved over. Sometimes I will just copy and paste pieces over to this based on me having an idea. Just gonna paste this and make sure it lines up. Make sure it's above everything else and push it back to some place where it's not going to hit, but it will be close enough. And this is how I do CV upgrade or CV kits, is I find an interesting piece. I just find an interesting piece in a style that worked. I simplify it, and I just wanted to show you guys that because it's a great way to save progress so that you can it's a great way to save time when you're building ships, as you just saw when I was creating that. And wrong button. It is what it is. I'm not great at multitasking. I'm really not. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it a little bit further forward. The reason I was trying to cut it there was because I wanted I wanted that sort of fake missile tube section. There we go. So we're just going to make sure that it lines up. And again, I'm going to use both those pieces are off center a bit. That's fine. Make sure that that only selects what you want it to select. As you can see, that's a little bit off center. Now, container extension, okay. Just going to get rid of these blocks because they're fluff. Container extension, container extension, container extension, container extension. Now, I could use the replace blocks for the container extensions, but I'm not going to do that because this is a kit build. This is just a conglomeration of things. And as a result, I'm just going to leave an indication here that these are container controllers, so that I know that these are container controllers and that, yeah. I would never put an ammo controller this far forward. So that is an indication to me that this is a container controller array. It also has a different color, and it means that there's something wrong there, and even if I don't remember exactly what it is, I can probably figure it out based on that. Now, the smart thing to do would be put an LCD on it and say, yeah, there's a container controller array that's part of the texturing. Just keep that in mind when you build, type of thing, but meh. I'm sure it's fine. Okay. So that is my kit, and we just added 2 more pieces to it. I want to add these to it, these sort of wing things here, but I need to do more work on that, and we're not here to do that. I just wanted to show you the process for that. So let's go ahead and move back to this. And yes, there was a reason that I spawned that in, and I probably should have asked that question of you guys earlier for your retention reasons and yada yada yada. Anyways, I don't always do great with this. Turn off symmetry plane. I'm just gonna replace that with the darker. There we go. I like that texture better. Just making sure the glowies work. Now, I need to make sure that come on, textures, thank you. I need to make sure that I am very careful about not having that replace textures function on permanently, because, yeah, that's a great way to, like, ruin my day. Let's go ahead and get started on the building part. So the plan here, if it's not already apparent, is to connect these 2 pieces with a similar sort of junction as the Mizo-Rai over here. How I created negative space by doing these sort of pylons there. I want to do the same thing over here. And this is just something that I've learned to do. And it doesn't always work very well, but it doesn't always work how I envision it's going to work, but sometimes it does. So I'm just testing this out right now. And trying to figure out how this will work. And one thing I'm realizing is that doesn't line up. I feel like there's a block there that I need, but I don't know what it is. No, that's not it. Okay, well, that's interesting. Okay, well, when in doubt, make more space for yourself. Control-Shift-A, cut, paste, 1, 2, let's just go 3. Control-Shift-A, cut, paste, move it over 3. I hate that. I really don't like that. Let's undo that. Okay, let's try something simpler. I was making that way too complex, and it doesn't work. Come on, copy the piece I want you to copy. Thank you. Now that does issue a problem, or create a problem, whatever. Where it doesn't line up there. Let's try. Get rid of that. Wrong one. That'll work. There, we get 2 of them. Symmetry plane. Just make sure that that texture gets moved properly. And turn symmetry plane back on. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. This is not going to be like that, is not the final version. So I should just leave that where it is and start filling out the ship how it needs to be filled out first. So let's go ahead and start doing that. I don't know why that piece is missing there, but whatever. Oh, those are carbon blocks. Let's fix that. So again, we are just going to be let's just remove that. So we need the ID number, which is 1099, and we're just gonna type that in real quick, and it'll save that if you do that. So you can just do that. Okay. So plastic full large to plastic full large to steel full large. You are 10. Oh, you're 1098. Oh, whoops, my bad. $10.98, and cannot parse line because there's an extra space there. I know the error. Really? Cannot find hull armored full large. Okay, well, when this happens, easiest fix is just to place down a block, Hull full large. Okay. Okay, fine. Hull full large. I knew steel sounded fishy, and I was just like, wait, hold on, what? But it will tell you. Replace 899 blocks. Wow, that's a lot of blocks. Okay. And these are carbon down here, by the way, so I don't have to worry about them. Okay. Now, I want to add that. So we need to propagate that texture and that look. So what we're going to do is going to copy and always go back by multiples of 2 when working with this angle. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that real quick. I mean, this is adding a lot of Xeno, but I'm not too worried about it. Next, we're just going to copy and paste this. Oh, come on. Probably just be smarter for me to do it this way. As you can probably tell, I've done this so many times, I just have instinctual knowledge on what blocks to do for this. It's just done this so much, it's not even funny at this point. I don't even want to think about how many times I've done that particular shape. It's just nuts thinking about that. Can I copy that, please? Thank you. Okay, let's do that, and we'll just replace it with that. So this is something that I should have done with that shape from the get-go. Instead of using the 4-block combination, I can use a 3-block combination. Now, at the moment, I am just looking at shapes and seeing what I can do. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. I don't like how that's up like that, but you know what? It's fine. Going to copy that. Come on, copy. There we go. And again, we're just using the copy and... Oh, okay. I did that wrong. I'm supposed to be doing it this way. You might be wondering, Akiva, what are you doing? This doesn't line up. Yes, I know, it's fine. Now it makes sense? Good, good, good. going to cut that back a little bit while I play around with shaping again. Miso-Rai, I need you. Thank you. Not the shape I wanted. Well, apparently it is. Whatever. Okay, so we are going to be grabbing those blocks because I don't have them on my inventory. And those are the stair steel blocks. Now, I'm going to go ahead and copy that, but instead, I'm going to use that block. And the idea behind this is to A, look cool, because, yeah, you want to have things look cool. But it's also to deal with that shaping there. So let's go ahead and copy that. I'm just going to copy that and use the... Now, before I go any further with that block, wrong color, I'm going to texture it. And the idea behind this is so that I don't have to texture it again later when I copy from it. When I copy its homework. Because, you know, I just had a joke there and it completely slipped my mind. I apologize. Yeah, it is what it is. Completely failed. It's fine. There we go. Somehow that was looking a little bit different in my mind. Huh, okay. Okay. Wow, it's already been 40 minutes. Sheesh. Well, this is what happens when you build. Stuff takes a while. Remember why I told you that this was going to be just this... My brain no worky today. Remember how I told you when this is going to be a... not finished? It just wasn't finished? Yeah, this is not finished yet. Come on, give me that. Thank you. Okay, so that doesn't work. Now, let's see if I can flip this around. I'm gonna try. Oh, that does work. Okay. So I just need to do that. Cut. Did not do that right the first time. Okay, so we are going to do the same with this one, but instead of doing it one at a time, I'm going to do it the proper way. So the way you do this is you cut once, you paste once, and then you go over here to your scale selection and you flip it. Instead of using it to scale, you flip it. Because it's in preview mode, great job, Akiva. You did that. Undo. Let's try this again. I didn't select the proper piece. I selected more than what I needed to select, so I'm going to do this again. Because I don't want to select the top one, I just want to select those 4 wedges. Okay, so let's try this again. Cut, paste once, use the scale selection to flip, and then move it to where you're going, and then paste the second time. Alright, very, very quick and easy way of doing that. I'm not going to say simple because even I messed up with that. So I'm not going to say simple. But now that you know what you're doing with it, you can do it. I'm just going to try again to get a shape that I'm happy with. I should have had more tea this morning. And it might help if I have symmetry plane turned back on. Just trying out shapes here. Nothing to see here. Yeah, there's plenty to see here. It's just me goofing around. But let's see. I like that better. I say I like that better, and then I just go forward and just do that. And I'm just like, no, that doesn't work. Okay. That's good. Just thinking. Just thinking. I think I like that better. So, I'm just going to go ahead and do that to all of this. I think it's over there. Yeah, it's that one. Okay. Cut once, paste once, flip, repeat. It's going to be easier for me just to fix it this way. Now, I will need to move those back. these do need to be moved back, so let's go ahead and move that back. And let's go ahead and turn on symmetry plane. Let's move it all the way back to there. Can that go back any further? No. I like that. Okay, now let's just do selection again. I have a feeling that's not precise selection, but I'm not worried. Yeah, it was not a precise selection. That's fine. Simple enough fix. There we go. It's all good. And we're good to go. Now I'm going to manually texture those. Because symmetry plane on that particular texture doesn't always work. Or on that particular surface doesn't always work. There we go. Okay. I like that. I really do. But there is something that I'd like to change. Symmetry plane. Now, because this texture doesn't always cooperate, I'm just going to, yeah, I was worried about that. I think I prefer to do that one. That gives me the look I want. There we go. Now we are going to spawn something else because I want the back end from it. I don't want to use the Aurora, the demonstrator, because that has the back end that I want, but the Ajax, the one we just worked on last week, has, I think, what's going to be a lot easier to mess with back end. It's just going to be easier to manipulate and get into the position I want to get in it. I could do the Embrace of Darkness, which, by the way, is ready to go up on the workshop, and will be up on the workshop when this video goes live. So, if you're not already subscribed to the Embrace of Darkness that we just finished last week, make sure to subscribe to it from the link below, and make sure to leave a comment so it gets helped in the Steam algorithm a little bit. Just helps me out, guys. So just go ahead and leave a comment, a like, and and some feedback if you want to. So this is the reason I'm getting this ship is because it's got a lot of the texturing stuff that I want, but it's got this back end right here, this shape right here that I want to use. So this one seems to be what I've been doing for the back end of the ships as of late, because it just works. And I'm going to turn off symmetry plane so you can see this a little bit better. I like how it does that, where it has a Xeno that merges, and I want that Xeno to merge. I have too many ships on the board right now. I'm gonna have to clean up. I need to leave that there because we're gonna be adding to that again in a minute, and I want to put it on the back end here. So let's see. Let's do selection. Control Shift A. Too much, of course. So what we're gonna do is bring it back to right about there, and then lower it so it's just over that, and do the same from up here. And then we're going to copy that and paste it. Make sure it lines up. I think that's lined up. Looks almost lined up. I think that's lined up, actually. Paste. So we're just gonna paste it there. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. There it is. Going to destroy that, because I don't want to use this one. Even though it looks good, I don't want to use it, but I am going to. And it's pasted too far down. Okay. Now I want to fix some shaping mistakes I made here. So that needs to be. You know what? I'm going to leave that internals there for the moment. No, this thing has too many XL thrusters. I'm not going to do that. So let's go ahead and turn on symmetry plane and start cleaning this up, because I will need to clean this up for the BP over there anyways. So let's just do that. So we're just going to pick a random block here. I'm going to remove those. Any of the thrusters are going to get removed. I'm going to leave that in there for the moment. Container controllers, this is just all over the place. So let's just clear these out. I might fill them back in with container controllers later, but it might be in a different configuration, so I don't want to have to deal with this, if that makes sense. And let's go ahead and rip those out, because we don't need them. I'm going to leave those boxes there. And I'm being very, very careful not to rip out anything that I don't need to rip out. Alright, now I'm going to turn off the vertical symmetry and clean this. Did not mean to do that, but you know what, that might have been a fortuitous mistake. So we're removing everything but this hull. Just don't want that removed. I don't know why that... Oh, right, because that was where the generators were. So this is going to be heavier. So let's just remove that. Did not mean to get rid of that block. Actually, yeah, I did. Okay, whatever. And this is always a process, so I just something you just have to do as a creator is just rip this stuff out, and it is what it is. I want to redo that as well, that shaping there, so I'm not going to worry about removing that. That connects to the hull. Okay. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Now, on this side it was a little bit different, so I'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to leave this room here because it's a good little entry room and it's a good little production area, so I'm going to leave that there. And then we're going to just select it. I just moved the symmetry plane. I've got to move that back anyways, it's fine. Cut, paste, and move it up so it lines up evenly. There we go. Paste. And then go back to over here. Why is that right on top of that? Okay, I don't know, whatever. Hold on, another work? I hate you. Now I want to make sure that this doesn't interact with that. And put it up over here. Paste. There we go. And then, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be publishing this kit because I keep working on it. And I guess I could just publish it and then just update it. But for the time being, this is going to be it for today. Now, I look forward to seeing you guys next week. And if you have any ideas, comments, suggestions, or feedback, let me know in the comments or join the Discord and talk with me directly. I try and stay pretty active in the Discord. That's my main place for interacting with people. Remember to be kind to your fellow humans. And just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my patrons, JD Bruce and the Insane Aerospace Engineer. You guys have really helped me out. Anything else on the housekeeping notes? Oh, right. I now have Mastodon Social and Blue Sky Social accounts where I publish pictures, so if you have an account over there, say hi. I am also active on Reddit, but again, Discord is my main. There will be links below. And if you're wondering why I'm not on Twitter, X, Shitter, whatever you want to call it, I'm not going to be on a platform where my content is displayed seen next to ads for demonetizable things. I'm not going to be on a platform like that. I don't want zealots and religious and just crap next to my stuff. And I don't want to be on a platform where it's run by a billionaire man-child that believes he's running a quote-unquote town hall. No, just no. I'm not gonna be on Shitter, but I am on Blue Sky, Mastodon, and Reddit. Now, anyways, I hope to see you guys over there. If you have any comments, questions, I've all said it before. Now, remember to like and subscribe this video, and I will see you guys next time. Banshee out.